listening to the Punisher Waterfowls, the Union 0430 podcast. Brought to you by Real Geese Decoys, the most technological advanced silhouette decoys on the market. And Vortex Canada, the force of optics.
Hey, everybody. It's us, your favorite podcast, the Union 0430. Yeah, we're here.
You sound like Mr. Rogers.
Welcome to my neighborhood. Everybody, welcome. Episode 120. Dave could be jumping in here once he gets his firefighter gear all squared away, because apparently he's a firefighter, in case you didn't know, Phil, in case you hadn't heard.
Better know how to cook.
And Mark is out for dinner with his lovely wife, and I'm guessing it's probably her birthday dinner because she just celebrated her birthday the day before last. So I'm guessing Mark is being very romantic and taking her out for candlelight dinner. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in a very romantic dim-lighted restaurant with Mark and Joe's at. I would love
he's at Montana's getting calamari and the firecracker burger.
Yeah, big time. So it's just us fools tonight. No guests. Thought we would come on and just shoot the shit and have a laugh, and here we go. So as usual, Philly's in Port Perry. Ryan's in Nova Scotia. I'm just outside Kingston, Ontario. So this is who you got. And just before we hit record, I was about to tell a good story, and then Ryan's like, "Nope, stop, hit record so we don't have to hear it the second time." So, anyways, here we are. So, boys, thanks for coming on. Good to see you, Ryan. I haven't seen you in a bit. I know you've been busy and stuff. So good to have you on, buddy. And really digging that shit black wall you got behind you. And
that is tight.
That is tight. Yeah. Well,
I'm
he's bragging about how big is that fucking patio that you built? Like 64 by 40?
64 by 32.
Jesus.
Double tier with a pool in the middle of it. And 2 of every animal for the big flood.
We could put my boat in the center of it.
You could. You just do laps in the pool. The pool's not that big. It's only 21 foot pool above ground.
Just go around in circles.
Yeah, but we wanted it for everything, to do anything and everything. So it will. Next year, we'll probably throw a hot tub off the side, hopefully. So
yeah, buddy, that's where it's at. That's the tits right there.
Yeah, it is. So
big time. I wanted to get into this though, Ryan, because I seen a picture. Well, you sort of kind of teased us last week. You just sent a picture of a mitt full of greenheads. And you didn't really tell us the story, how it led up to it and stuff. You were sort of kind of radio silent there for a little while, and then you popped up onto the chat and you were like, "Look what I found," and then never heard from you again for another couple of days. So, what's the duck situation like right now?
There's a lot around. Well, for here, it's good numbers around, but they're stale. It's the same birds over and over again. Like,
okay.
There's birds. There's probably about 300-400 geese that fly over my house every night on the same cornfield every day, because we can't get permission there. So
right.
It was like 18, 19 degrees here today. It's just we need a new push. So I mean, that hunt, we were just able to just meet another buddy, and we were like, we're going to shoot our ducks, so let's just pick out greenheads, and we just made an hour hunt into a 3.5 hour hunt and just shot greenheads. It was beautiful. It's perfect.
Tell me about this hunt that you got planned that you mentioned to us last night.
Oh yeah. So my 6-year-old Nate is going to come hunt with Mark, who is coincidentally his godfather, and my dad. So, and another buddy of mine too is going to tag along as well. So, so it'll be his first hunt, and it's gonna be great, man. I talked to him on the phone tonight on Skype, and he's all excited, and
Awesome.
so we're just gonna have a frame full of Halloween candy for him, and he's always loved like loading up the truck the night before with me. He loves scouting and stuff like that, so he gets to kind of put everything together now. And I don't care if we shoot a bird or not, like it's irrelevant to me. And just to make sure he has a good time, that's first priority. So
take lots of photos.
Yes, I will, for sure. I will.
And there will probably be it won't be quite like yours. You won't have Sobeys bags in your rubber boots.
No, his boots don't have holes in them, so he'll be a lot better off than mine, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, buddy. That's going to be a pretty special hunt, and yeah, take lots of pictures. I tell you, Merck's got that GoPro. That GoPro should be set up too. And get the friggin' video of it. Get that set up. But anyways, that sounds pretty special, especially with your dad. That'll be 3 generations. That'll be pretty cool. That'll be
it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. Most exciting hunt for me this year by far will be so.
Oh, 100%. Philly, what's happening up in your area with ducks?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I have not been scouting. I have done nothing. Like since being back from Saskatchewan and then doing the trip with you guys, like
right.
And then back to work. Like if I'm not at work, my face has been buried in a computer editing. But I did some scouting yesterday morning on my way home from work.
Yeah.
A lot of my beans have been cut and plowed already, so they're done.
It's gone.
Oh yeah, she gone.
Gone.
I went and checked on my my little beloved pond yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
It's dry.
No way.
Yep, there's like no water in it.
I was talking to Corey Baker the other night, and he told me he hasn't mowed his grass in months.
You guys are in a drought for sure.
Geez, I think there's lots of water around Kingston.
We got lots of water on the East Coast.
But
I messaged one of my other farmers who has water. They have a pond.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they've got like some work going on the property. So she's like, better not. I'm like, okay, well, looks like Dad and I were going to hunt on Saturday morning and run. Dad's got a 28 gauge now as well. And we were going to run the 28, so small water duck hunt. And nope.
For those that don't know about the 28 gauge, it is officially the 6.5 Creemore of waterfowl guns.
kills geese at 30 yards, I can tell you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking.
You got to shoot with your pinky out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. I'm still getting used to that 20 gauge. So now, Ryan, I know you've been really busy and you haven't been out hunting as much as you'd like. Phil, you've been busy, but you were in Saskatchewan work and then down. I can honestly say that I've shot the most wood ducks in my life so far this season than any other season. And there's still wood ducks around.
Oh yeah.
Still, and I mean lots of them in this area. Yeah. Lots of them. But you know what I haven't shot this year? I haven't shot a mallard and I haven't shot any teal. So obviously the teal is gone, but I never shot one teal this year. And that's usually all I shoot at the beginning of the season, and never shot any. I seen teal, but no way would they come around for me to have a shot at. It's just a weird year. I think mallards are showing up now. I haven't been out scouting the last few days, but I've been talking to buddies. They've got into them. But the wood ducks are still hanging around, which is wild. And they're still getting into them. Me and Jason were into them again just a couple of days ago. So I don't know. It's weird.
Well, it hasn't been super cold, mind you.
I know, but usually they're gone like maybe a week after the teal, right? Like a week or two after the teal, and then the wood ducks are gone.
I think the woodies are a tad hardier than the teal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are for sure. But
they get something in their mindset, and that's it.
Yeah. But my little honey hole here for the geese, I bet you there's about 500 over there right now.
Oh,
I took Jason Sear last week. I brought Jason Sear last week, and Jason's he's like, okay, so what's the plan? I was like, go stand in the reeds and shoot them when they come in. And he was like, yeah, but where are you putting the decoys and doing all that? I was like, we really don't need it. They're just going to drop in here. He was like, oh yeah, well, you got to have decoys. I was like, okay, yeah. I threw out some floaters and stuff like this. About 10 minutes into it, he was like, yeah, you really don't need any decoys, do you? I was like, no, but they want in here. I was like, you watch, shoot at them. I said, and the ones you miss, watch them. They'll go fly probably 600-700 meters away, and then they'll turn around. They'll come right back in again. This is where they want to be. And so I think, everything started showing up about 10 minutes to legal time, and we had our 2-man limit with time to spare. So it was a pretty quick hunt. But again, it's geese, right? And I know it's different. And this is something that I've said a couple times to people now, and I get mixed reviews when I say it. So I'll ask your guys' opinion on it. It is my opinion that geese are easier to hunt than ducks.
Nope.
No?
I'm the other way around on that.
Yeah. See,
Yep.
I think I can get into geese pretty much anytime I want, but ducks, it's so hard to get into.
So what are you talking about? Are you talking
Finding
about
them?
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's different. That's different. Yeah. Yes, it is harder to find ducks.
Yeah.
Because you can drive by cornfields, and unless you see ducks flying into it or out of it, you're probably going to drive right by and not even know they're there.
Right.
Whereas you can see like a
Yeah.
goose much easier, right?
Yeah.
But I think killing ducks is way easier than killing geese.
You think so?
Yep, definitely.
I'm of the same opinion as Damien.
Yeah.
Again, that's just where I live.
Yeah.
Geese, not finding.
No. But even when you find them, so I guess another thing to throw out there is that I'm not hunting ducks in a field. I'm hunting ducks over water. I never hunt ducks in a field because I don't have that ability around here. So ducks over water and geese in a field. I think geese in a field is so easy. But again, that's where I am.
Yeah, maybe it's probably geography, and that's why you guys are going the other way on it. But I've hunted in Ontario a lot too.
Yeah.
And I've had way more. My whole life I've had more success finishing ducks and geese. I just find geese are way more picky. I mean, ducks don't care about shit. Ducks don't care about shadows. They don't care about frosting the decoys. They don't care about. I don't know.
Do it.
They just fucking. Oh, there's a lucky duck. Sweet. I'm gonna land up its arse. Like they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't. Geese, like, man, like you got a sunny day and now you're worrying about shadows, or if it's a frosty morning, you're worried about shine. Like I just find ducks are easier, but that's just me.
Yeah. No, that's good point. Like fair points, because you are right. Like they just, when they're around, they just do it, right? Like, now also I have absolutely no luck shooting geese over water. So like take away where I am here in this little spot.
I was just gonna say, didn't you just tell a story?
Yeah, no, but this place is different, right? Like they want in here. I'm talking about being on water, having decoys set up and trying to get them to come into your spread. Like, you know what I mean? Like not the roost spot that I got, because that's ultimately what that is. It's a roost, and we just don't want them there, because they're destroying some stuff. So we try to keep them out of it. But like on a normal, when they're flying by and you're trying to pull them in, when there's a pile of water around and they want to come to water, trying to pull them into your spread, I find is really hard. But I'm not a great goose caller, so that probably got a lot to do with it.
I think it is tougher over water. I love killing geese over water. like mallards in the field was 1 and geese over water was number 2. Oh,
Jesus.
down.
we're good. We're good.
We're good.
And down.
Yeah, that's a 6.2 on the Richter scale. But yeah, like, I don't know. Geese tend to want to, like, on big water, they tend to want to, like, big groups. They want to land out in the middle of a lake or a marsh, and they don't want to be tight to a shore or a reed line or whatever. You get your 1s and 2s in, no problem, but that's just the way they operate. So
yeah. Anyways, change gears here for a second. Philly, I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it last week when we had Craig Mintz on. But we did talk about the Punisher camp the week before, but we didn't get a chance to talk about Thor and the fact that you brought Thor out. And he's getting old, and you could see it in him. He's getting up there, and this was really his last big hurrah, right? Like, it's not that you're retiring him completely, but this is his last big hurrah for a full week and of going and recovering fucking 80 birds in a day.
Big dirty honkers. And
yeah.
He impressed me. I can fucking tell you that.
Yeah.
Like, for the guys that were there on the second, well, I guess I was in the same group both days, but I guess it was the end of the second day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, end of the second day. We had a flock come in. We laced a couple. We had a couple sail like way out the back door, and then like just losing oil pressure and down they go. They're at like 150 yards, and we were kind of almost at that point like it's getting a little late in the morning. Like, we got to pack up, go home, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And I send the old man out, and he marked one of them because he was kind of like, the wing was kind of up a little bit and running flat bean field. Boy, tear ass is on out there like 110-ish yards, whatever, smacks the mark, comes back, and was like, you know what? Still got one out there, and I'm not walking out there. Screw that.
Mm-hmm.
Line him up. We figured it was maybe about $150, and he no whistled it. Lined the blind right out there. Picked up chicken, came right back, and was just like, still piss and vinegar. Like, that dog will die with a bird in his mouth. Like, obviously the head's going one speed, the body, body's couple notches lower, but he's still kicking ass and taking names. God bless him.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good, buddy. Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad to see it. Talking about the Punisher camp, and for the people that are listening, and I know there's a lot of you that aren't around Ontario or around our area, and you don't get a chance to get involved into the Punisher camps. We do like 2-3 a year. And I get that a lot of you can't get involved into them, but there are some people that are listening that do get involved and try to get involved. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because there was a post on Facebook this week, and this guy got pretty upset that he missed out on 2 of the hunts. So one, the co-ed hunt that we did with Rich Fanning and Highland Waterfowl Guide Service at a Maydock or Marmora. And then he didn't get in on the goose camp that we did with Logan and Phil down in the Ottawa Valley. And he sort of kind of put a pissy remark on Facebook when someone brought up about the camp, right? And I just, we're trying to be as fair can be, as fair as we can do. As fair as we can be when we're making the announcement on 2 different social media platforms. So Dave announced it on Instagram and on Facebook, right? So he even gave the time. At this time, I'm going to be making an announcement. Be ready. I think he gave everybody 24 hours notice, and then, taking names now. And like 2 minutes later, completely sold out. Anyways, this guy gets mad, puts a post up on Facebook. Yeah, I guess he's all grumpy and shit like that. And you try to be fair. Like, what do you have to do? Is it possible to please everybody? I guess that's sort of what I'm getting at.
No.
The short answer. The short answer. No.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
well, this is
like,
what I mean, right?
just,
Like,
I mean, I don't know this. I don't know the situation because I
yeah,
wasn't. A, well, I couldn't make it to the camp. B, I don't know who this person is or
yeah.
why they got denied. If they just got denied because they were just too slow on the mouse,
Well,
clicking
yeah,
the mouse.
that's all it was. It
Well,
was
then,
just it got
like,
filled up before his name got.
Well, then, dude, like, don't have that attitude because you're probably not going to get picked next year with that kind of attitude. Like, we all want to. I wanted to go too, but I can't. So,
Yeah. Either way,
that's just life. It gets in the way, but have a good attitude about it. Be a good teammate. Like, relax. It's all good, man. There's
Yeah.
other. I guarantee you'll be doing more camps down the line, but
yeah, absolutely.
don't be pissy about it.
Be a man.
Don't be a negative Nancy.
Right. Don't be and double N.
Negative Nancy.
Be a man.
That's right. N squared.
N square. Yeah.
We don't need them.
Now segue into social media.
The bane of our existence. Yes.
The bane of our existence. Now I know you two don't. The both of you do not have TikTok channels. And I started one after. Well, I started it a while ago, but I haven't been active in it like in over a year. So when we come back from the Goose camp, I had a bunch of videos on my phone. And I was like, oh, I'll put some videos on Facebook. I got one video. I think it's like 7,000 views, which is, and I know for the people that are listening that are TikTok people, they're like 7,000 views. That's fuck all. Like
those are rookie numbers.
Rookie numbers. But to me, I was like, oh, that's pretty impressive. 7,000 people fucking watched this video and liked it and all this shit. But I was talking to Dave today and I was like, hey, listen, so the Punisher TikTok account, Dave was fucking banned. So our TikTok account for Punisher Waterfowl was banned because in violation of the community guidelines. So I think Dave had he had shot some ducks and he had them on a game strap. So somebody thought that he was like hanging ducks to kill them.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a talk with your business partner.
Well, he wasn't fucking hanging ducks. He had them on a game strap. And it was on the video. But it just brought me, when I was thinking about it, like Facebook, you can look on Facebook, you can look on Instagram. There's pictures of birds being shot left, right, and center, being retrieved by dogs. Like they're not grotesque. There's not heads blown off them or whatever, right? The ones that are, I think they get flagged and they get removed. But if it's a good shot and the bird dies or whatever, I think it's fine. I don't think Facebook and Instagram gets too upset over it. But I'm just wondering, like, with TikTok, the amount of women that are on there shaking their ass and everything, and I can't put up a video of a bird being shot because some of the stuff that's on TikTok, hey, listen, I'm a 45-year-old man, so I still have a heartbeat. But it's fucking like they're half naked fucking women on that, but yet a bird being shot.
There's people on there shaking things they got no business shaking it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so I don't understand, like, how is the lonely housewife down the road shaking her ass? How is that okay? But a bird being shot, 20 feet in the air, falling. And like I said, this is not a grotesque image. It's a bird falling ultimately. But yet that's against the community guidelines. But
man, if that's the case, I don't want to see anybody eating a cheeseburger or a chicken burger or a piece of fried chicken because it's the same. It's the same thing.
I just don't understand it.
People just want to disassociate from where their food comes from, I guess. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I'm going Steve Ranella on this one. It's just like people are just, I don't know, too weak-minded or just would rather be ignorant is bliss.
Yeah.
And just maintain that status quo. But yeah, there's a lot worse on there. Like way worse.
Way worse.
That is.
Way worse.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of Ranella, season 11 of Meat Eater kicked off today, I believe. So that's I can't believe it's been 11 years or 11 seasons that's been on the air. Fucking crazy.
It's like my little guy Dylan, like it's his number one thing to watch on Netflix.
Is Meat Eater?
Yeah. Like I remember when it was before I went out west. I'm wandering around upstairs. Kids are downstairs watching TV, and like I hear like an elk bugling or something. I'm like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
So I come downstairs. I'm like, what are you watching, Dylan? He's like, Meat Eater. And I'm like, high five, bro. There's like
there may have been a tear
pile,
in my eye.
100%. Here's a whole pile of episodes. You got some catching up to do, son.
There may have been a tear. I may have shed a tear.
I've watched a pile of Steve's episodes, and they're just like the content, the cinematography is just like hands over like that.
Second to none.
Well, the thing I like about a show is that it's as close to real as you could get.
In my opinion, it's like a story.
Like
it's like a story.
And I say it's as close. Like I know all the shows out there, they're showing the animals being shot and harvested and all that stuff, but there's no, or at least in my opinion, there's no theatrics with his show. There's no driving a script to the show, right? Like I'm going out and I'm hunting this animal.
And it's not
I may get
campaign.
it. Yeah, I may get that animal or I may not get that animal, but
man, the thing that drew me to the show like was all his after the shot content. Like like the cooking. Like man, I watch his cooking episodes way more than I watch his hunting episodes.
Yeah.
And not that none of his hunting episodes they're amazing, but like man, his like cooking episodes, like it just like it makes you want to. It for me, it just fuels my fire to go out there and like harvest something. Like
for me, I think, and I'm not a huge big game guy, but for me, I think it was the education on just how many fucking species are out there that people are hunting. Like there's animals I never even fucking knew of that he's hunting, and in North America too. Do you know what I mean? Like not traveling down to the fucking Congo or anything like that. Like those in, I think it's like northern BC or something. Those blacktail, those little
black deer.
Yeah, those little tiny things are only the size of a dog, for fuck's sake.
Buddy, those things are everywhere out there.
Man,
yeah,
I just yeah. I just love his outreach. Like sorry, go ahead, Phil.
No, it's like if my wife's mom and stepdad live out on the island, and we've been out there a few times to go visit, and like the damn things are like rabbits. Like they're everywhere.
Really, eh?
Yeah, buddy, like you're kicking them out of the way. Like it's stupid. Like we've driven through like neighborhoods, like going to the airport, like taking us back so we can fly home.
Yeah.
We went through like legit a residential area. There was 6 on someone's lawn. Yeah. But these are like residential, like quarter-acre lots or so. Like you know, you're not tripping over each other, but you got a little bit of space.
Yeah.
And there was like 6 or 7 just mounted on dude's lawn. 0 fucks given.
Weird.
Pretty cool sight.
Yeah. Anyways, that was what it was for me. Like seeing some of the lot of the things that he was hunting, like the sage grouse and stuff like that, like stuff that I didn't even know existed. Right, that my limited education with North American wildlife. So that's the thing that I liked about it. The cooking stuff was cool too. The hunting side of things, like a hunt is a hunt to me, right? Like if you're watching it on TV, like a hunt is a hunt. Like, yeah, plan it out. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Do some walking here. Yeah, spot it, chase it down. Yeah, it's usually always all the same, right? But you're right, Ryan. Like the after the shot content, and some of the stories, you know, that he comes up with. Those are the things. But anyways, Ranella's got to do more duck hunting. That's what he's got to do. I'll make a call.
He's picked it up with the Duck Lore series.
Yeah.
That's good too.
Yeah.
So
I'll make a call. I'll give him a call.
Yeah.
Tell him, let's go. Let's get some more duck hunting. I know
come
he didn't.
north.
You come north, boy. He didn't have a very good diver hunt there with on Duck Lore. That was a bit of a wash, but I find that that's the case with divers most of the time, anyways.
Yeah, true.
In my luck, anyways. It's so hard to target them. When they're hitting, and it's amazing. But you're out in that big water, they got so many options to go to, and I don't know.
It'll keep you humble.
Oh yeah, big time. It'll keep you humble. But we're talking about, Ranella, and then which plays into, this is like the 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon. Ranella, First Light, we're part of First Light, which reminds us about Real Geese, which brings on Craig Mintz, Vortex Canada, which is good. But the big news that we announced is that Yeti Canada is now, I want to make sure I say it right, because I had to ask them to dumb it down for me to make sure that we understood it. We're not, how was it? He said, we're affiliated. And I was like, okay, we're affiliated. And I was like, so, and he was like, well, think of it this way. We're dating before we get married. And I was like, all right. I was like, I understand that. I understand. Thank you for spelling that out for me, because, and it's important, and it's important for me. And I think you guys would agree too. But when there's these types of relationships and people jump on the internet and they add it to their, like Ryan, you were with Sitka, Phil, you're with Dixie, like you guys are actually part of them, right? So, but then some people just throw out stuff. Oh, I'm sponsored by this and I'm sponsored by that. Well, no, you're not quite. And that's what I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to say we're sponsored by Yeti and then Yeti come back, go, no, you're not. We're friends.
We're just dating.
We're just dating.
Yeah.
But anyways, but that's what he said. I was like, dumb this down for me. He was like, we're affiliated.
You're on first base.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I should have said to him. I was like, am I on first or second base with you?
You're on first base.
That's what I should have said.
Yeah.
You haven't even
anyways,
met the parents yet.
Yeah. But what a process. Like, I'm not joking. Easy 6 months of back and forth with that company. So,
pretty legit company though.
Well, it is a very legit company, and the Canadian guy told me, he was like, we don't jump into bed with anybody, to keep playing on that analogy of dating, right? They're pretty picky, and I think they do a fair amount of research. So I think they were watching us for quite a while, and they said they like what we do. So anyways, yeah. So thank you, Yeti Canada. You'll start. So for those that follow our social media accounts, you'll be seeing a lot more Yeti content, which goes without saying.
I still have my 20-ounce Rambler that I bought. Well, the best way I can age it is when I paid for it was $20.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now they're about 45. So
yep,
I bought it I bought it a long time ago, and it's got every dent imaginable, but it's excuse me, bourbon here from the beer. It's bulletproof, man. Not literally, but it's bulletproof. It's just, I've taken it everywhere with me.
The thing that I see so many fellas using now, and I know like they built their names on the coolers, but this loadout bucket.
I have one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one now. But I seen Dave had two, and then when we were on that Goose camp, there were so many dudes that already had them. Mitch, Dave, it's amazing.
I used it for dog training. I sit on it in the A-frame. I basted my Christmas turkey for 48 hours in it, or not basted, brined it. Like,
did you really?
It's food. Yeah, I did. It's
food grade. It's food grade.
Yeah. So I basted like a 22-pound gobbler in it for like.
Oh, dude, you should have got a picture.
I know. I keep saying basted. I brined it. Sorry. Yeah, man. It does everything, and it's tough as shit. And yeah, it's sweet.
I got one. That I'm not gonna lie, I got one now, and I'm pretty impressed with it. And some people are gonna go, "Oh, it's just a bucket." No, it's not just a bucket, because
I know people
it's
roll
tough,
around,
right?
you paid how much for a bucket?
5-gallon bucket.
I'm like, shut up. I'm like, if you can do this with your ice cream bucket, then give me a call.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I got like something similar. I've got just like, I actually refer to it as a 6-gallon pail. It's not a 5-gallon. It's actually a little taller.
Oh,
And me being like all legs, and again, like just like what Ryan said, like doing the dog training and running panels, A-frames. Like I sit on the bucket and I use this bucket.
Yeah.
And I think it was Cabela's. You get this like snap lid for the buckets, and it's got like a little cushiony swivel seat. So I bought 2 of those.
Yeah.
Like that's what I use. And like that bucket makes an amazing trash can. You know, like if you're hunting panels, done, pop the lid, you're tossing coffee cups in there, your empty hulls.
Yeah, no, good point.
Right? But like that's the one drawback for like a lot of these buckets is like it's uncomfortably short for me to sit on. With me being just all legs.
I'm really starting to notice a trend here with you, Philly. Like you can't have a 5-gallon bucket. You got to have a 6-gallon bucket. You can't have an 18-foot boat. Got to have an 18.5-foot boat. Just got to go against the grain, eh?
Fucking right, I do. That's why I hunt birds with a 28 gauge.
Or he's trying to compensate.
Always trying to compensate one or the other.
Some things they go big, some things they go small.
Well, no, like and so this bucket idea, right? So now, so the Yeti bucket, I get it, and it's awesome, Ryan, and I'm digging it so far. I know a few fellas that got it, but then I seen Chris Collins, Bill, he's got one. And now I don't know what the bucket is, but it's wrapped in like a camouflage pattern. It's got a cushion on the seat, and you can use it as a fucking backpack.
Yeah.
Which is pretty friggin' slick.
Well, let's see if I can text him right now and get the brand on that. But yeah, like that bucket that he's got, again, like it's a bucket.
Yeah.
But it's got like the full like hanging accessory thing on it.
Yeah.
So you can throw all kinds of junk in it.
Now I did hear people say that and Yeti, if you do happen to listen to this, just remember you told me to critique your stuff. I did hear that outside thing, Ryan, that you can buy that goes on them, like the pockets. I did hear that that's not good, but the caddy that goes inside it is amazing. But the outside thing is not great. A lot of shit falling out of it and stuff like that. So
yeah, I haven't used that. I don't plan on buying it anyways. Yeah. But just the bucket alone, like my son's gonna sit on it on Saturday. Like it's gonna be his seat. Like it's wicked.
That's awesome. That's
awesome. I think like that hanging thing would be good. Like if you're stationary. Like, you know, you're in the blind, you sit down. Okay, you take out a couple of things from under the bucket, you throw the lid on. And then like you have like your coffee or your water hanging there, box of shells, whatever. And then like when you're done the hunt, throw the stuff back inside.
Yeah. No, it 100%. It makes sense. And the one thing I guess that I never thought of, Phil, use for the bucket, and you just brought it up, is to bring all your trash out with.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, like I would have done it, but I just never, like, all I think about is all the stuff I can put in it to take out hunting with me. Never once did I think about all the empty hulls, and all coffee the trash, cups. Coffee cups, all that shit, and you just throw it right in. You pull it out. Like, there's literally no excuse to be leaving trash. And not that there was, anyways.
Further to that, because my bucket being a little taller, I run two.
You mentioned.
I run 2 Molt Gear Magic Mike flags.
Yeah.
And I can fit all the brackets and like the rope spools and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then like the 2 flags itself, like I just carry them out into the field. But like that stuff sits in the bucket all the time, never comes in.
That's a very nice lead in to my nearly 7,000 viewed video that I done about the flag man. And how the flag man is often the most underutilized tool when it comes to goose hunting.
I just had an idea for Yeti Canada if they really want to listen.
Hey, so you heard it here first, and patent's pending. So go for it.
Okay. All right. What they need to do for like long-legged people like Phil, and for like uneven ground or whatever. They need to come up with a base where there is a bracket that the bucket would sit in. It would be elevated with like 4 legs that would branch out. So you'd have a wide base, so more stability, more balance. So it would allow you to put it in different terrain, and also it would allow the bucket to be off the ground.
What I'm thinking is
a seat.
So hold on, I gotta interrupt you here, Philly. Ryan, draw that up tonight. This show's not going to drop for a couple days. Let's email it into him, and let's make some fucking money.
Well, I can say it, maybe a joint collaboration. We'll call it the Invisibucket.
The Invisibucket. But no, it is smart. So like you got your bucket anyways. You got that base. You can hunt in the water, right? You'd be able to stay on the level ground, because that is pretty. Now we're starting to show how pissmony we can be when your chair isn't level and stuff, and you're rocking,
or it sinks in the mud. Like in a wet cornfield. Like I don't know how many times that's happened to me. So
it's a good point. I guarantee you someone's going to fucking think of it, or somebody
has.
There's
not late season. You're hunting late season. The ground's frozen. You can't make it flat.
There's not one of the 5 of us on this podcast who was under 220 pounds. So, no, Phil.
Fuck you.
You're right. Your right
210?
leg weighs 250.
210. I've been down weight since we moved into this house.
You're 6'9". How are you 210? You're the long arm of the law.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Good for you
then. Well, I can lend you a couple pounds to bring you up to 220 if you'd like.
Okay, so I just got a message back from Mr. Collins.
Yeah.
It is the Peregrine Field Gear Hunting Venture Bucket Pack.
Jesus.
Holy
fuck. The Canadian Army named that fucking thing, or what?
It's
backpack or
Amazon.
back green
Amazon.
pair. Yeah.
Holy fuck. It's holy shit.
Price
$193.
Man, I feel way better.
How much?
My Yeti bucket.
$193.
$193. Oh, nobody. Collins better not make fun of my $60 bucket.
The thing better have a toilet paper roll on the side of it for that much.
Dude,
ticket holder. Buddy.
Another idea.
No, so there is. I seen it on Instagram the other day. I forget what it's called now, but it was a pretty clever name, and it's a set of straps that you put around a tree in case for when you got to have a crap in the woods.
If Yeti Canada listens to this, they're going to go from first base to dropping on one knee pretty quick.
I do.
Yeah. And we accept.
Yeah. No, but there's this, I don't know what it's called. It was a pretty clever name, but it's a set of straps that you put around a tree, and you just lean back into the strap. It holds you in position, so you can have your, you can take care of business when you're when you're out in the woods.
That's a great idea, because we've all been there.
Well, and
the
then
best is the
right
trailer
after
hitch accessory with the seat.
the trailer hitch accessory is pretty good too. But the best was when I seen that ad about the strap was like an I don't know, like an advertisement below, and it showed a picture of a dude that I think it was about 5 to 10 years ago, put a post up on Amazon selling solar power clothes dryer for like $75. Solar power clothes dryer for $75. Guy got fucking wealthy overnight. Everybody that opened up their package, it was a clothesline.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Sent everybody some rope. Solar.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Evil
genius.
Yeah. Evil genius. That guy is lighting cigars with $100 bills, and he spent 14 cents at Michael's on some fucking
There we go.
paracord.
Mr. Burns is a real life human being.
Hilarious. I died, man. I thought it was fucking hilarious. Anyways.
That's great.
Anyways, see, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened when we don't have a guest. This is what you get. This is what you get.
They're entertained. They're entertained.
Oh, I'm sure there's a group of people that's laughing at us, and then there's another bunch that's scratching their head going,
I'm unsubscribing.
Yeah, there's seriously people that listen to these three idiots.
Yeah. There's people that think we're legends, and others that completely and utterly question our friendship.
Hey, we would do this if there was one person or 10 million. Doesn't matter.
Well, we do it when it's just us, when we're not recording. So
we're not doing this as our job. So
yeah, no, not at all. I don't know how long we've been going, fellas, but I think we're getting close to it.
45.
Oh, 45. You've been timing it?
Well, we started like right at 7.
Oh, did we? Okay, cool. I'm trying to think. I got to look at my notes and see if there's anything else that I had that I wanted to bring up. And I don't think there is, other than the Real Geese Vivids. Is that what you ended up ordering, Phil? Was the Vivids from Craig?
Yeah, like 12 dozen.
Shit, son.
Yeah.
Billy doesn't do shit small, eh?
No.
6 gallon buckets, 18 and a half foot boat. Yeah.
And 1/2.
And 1/2.
Yeah.
And fucking big spread of real geese.
Big spread, little gun. Shoot him in the face.
Yeah, big spread, little gun is right.
True that.
Is that what, Ryan, are you still shooting 12? Yes, right?
I have a 22. 20 as well, sorry, not a 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have like a nice little Stoker over under 20 gauge that I like just for duck shoots. Like over the water, nice little backwater shot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So which is it's a pea shooter. It's just so fun to shoot.
Oh yeah.
Don't discount that 20 out to 40 yards.
Oh yeah, I know.
It'll do it.
Yeah. No, I've been shooting. It's taken me a little while to get used to the 20.
I've become a shot snob in the last like 3 years.
Oh,
I have.
Unless they're 15 yards, feet down in the pooty hole.
I'm like, I want to fool them. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like I want them like when I stand up, they're like,
oh crap,
they're suspended. They're like, I have nowhere to go. Like that's where I want them.
That's the goal. Yeah. So I don't want to say I never, because I'm sure someone can throw it in my face that I've done it, but like pass shooting, I've got no interest in pass shooting. For one, I'm not a great shot. So if I do hit it, I'm probably just wounding it. You know what I mean? My goal is to get that back pedal every time. That's my goal, is to breast expose and just see them. Oh shit, I got to get out of here as fast as I can. That's the goal for me. But I don't think that's being a shot snob. I think that's just getting
your priorities straight.
Well, a little bit of ammo management too, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why I haven't shot any teal this year in my spot where I normally shoot teals, because I think that the fellas that are around, I think they're just pass shooting at these rockets that fly by and then just educating them, and they're just like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near those silly looking ducks that's on the water that usually involve lead, or not lead, but steel getting shot at me. So I'm just going to stay away. And that's what I'm putting it up to. That's what I'm attributing it to, is there's too many fellas taking pass shots and not letting the birds decoy, but I could be wrong. Who knows?
No, I think you're right. Yeah. I got zero enjoyment shooting birds at 40 yards. I'm the same as Ryan. 15 feet down, backpedaling. And then
I always try to, like, when I'm setting up my decoys, I always try to set up like 25 yards out as my furthest decoy, usually. And that's anything that comes inside of that last decoy, that's in my range for me to shoot. Anything that's on the other side of that last decoy, I don't even. And a lot of times I'll let him pass and I'll be like, oh, he'll come back around. And he doesn't.
No.
And I'm like,
Damn it.
Story of our life. One more pass.
One more pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. God damn. I did want to say though, wearing my catching ducks hat, Mr. Bud Fisher, aka Rut Daniels, I believe he had a very good showing.
Is he coming on at some point?
No, I doubt it. I reached out to him. He's just so busy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was up doing a thing. I think him and Luke Schurters from Wing Feather Outfitters, I think they're pretty tight.
They are, yeah.
So I think he was up in that Hanover, Walkerton area last night. I seen some pictures from Steve Horst online. His young fella and daughter got pictures taken with him and stuff up there. So he's probably still just continuing his tour because he was on that Mossy Oak. I think it's Mossy Oak. It's either Mossy Oak or Real Tree, but he's on a tour with those guys. And I think that took him all up and down the Eastern Seaboard because I know he met up with Jeff Coates.
That
That's
would be
what,
a time.
Yeah.
Him and Jeff together.
Oh, well, Jeff told me he was like, he said, an absolute professional. I said, oh, yeah. He said, never broke character once. I think Jeff said 4 hours, 4 hours straight. He was there and never broke character once. He said,
crazy.
Just an absolute pro. He said, I was super impressed with him. And he said the amount of people that were lined up to meet him down at Molly's during Delaware, crazy. Not Delaware.
Can you imagine like Mike Fisher's his brother?
Yeah.
Who's married, if there's like people who don't know this, Mike Fisher used to play for the Nashville Predators.
Yeah.
Who's married to Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
So they're at a dinner like, oh, Mike, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Canada. Oh, do you have any family? Yeah, you have parents and brother. Oh, what does your brother do?
Well,
he's a fictitious hunting character. Like,
yeah, that's
social media,
and he's super popular. Maybe you've heard of him.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's all. I think it's awesome.
I think it's awesome too, and a Canadian boy doing it. I think it's insane that his popularity. The thing that blew me away was when Jeff Coates was telling me about it. He said how big the lineup was for people to meet him, but yet when he come to Canada, when he was at East Hill, there was hardly anybody showed up at East Hill to see him. Right?
That's weird.
And I'm just like, here's one of our own showing up to do a promo thing. Hardly anybody shows up, but then he goes down to the States and there's like out the door and around the side of the building, right? So
it's hunting in Canada versus hunting in the US.
Well, yeah. And Canada is a little bit more reserved when it comes to the popularity and stuff like that. And I don't want that to come across as a bad thing. It's just Canadians aren't out there like that, right? Like the Americans, and I've said it on this show so many times. And there's one thing that I love about the Americans is that when they do something, it's they don't dip their toe into the pool. It's a fucking cannonball into the deep end, right? And I love it. And that's their attitude when it comes to everything. Like we brought it up on this show, and actually Jason Sear and I were talking about it the other day. So here I am on Lake Ontario, same with Phil, fairly close to Lake Ontario. Why there isn't somebody on Lake Ontario with a big old boat like Jeff Coates doing guiding for divers, I don't understand.
I don't think there's the market for it. I don't know.
But see, I think there is the market for it. Like maybe not if you're launching out of Toronto, but if you're launching out of Long Point, or if you're launching out of the St. Lawrence here, where Americans can just cross over the bridge to get into Canada, I think there is a market for it as long as, because I don't think there's a market for Canadian customers, if that's what you were getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think
no successful outfitters are relying on Canadian hunters.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I think that's what you're seeing right now with, and thank God that the outfitters out west are finally going to be able to start to recover, right? Because now no limitations. You don't need the COVID vaccine. They can take their birds back, which was the dumbest fucking thing I'd ever heard. But anyways, talking to Daryl Gilbert, so they're allowed to take their birds back that they shoot, but if you shoot a trophy and you want to bring it back for taxidermy, you're not allowed. So
stupid.
You have to get a taxidermy in Canada and they get shipped.
Because that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So if you shoot that beautiful sprig, that bull sprig, the first one you've ever shot, and it's gorgeous, you've got to get it done in Canada to bring it across, because you can't bring that bird full feathered across into the States. And I just don't understand the thinking behind it.
Politicians, I rest my case.
It's not rocket appliances, right? Like,
no, it's not.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
But anyways, but it is good. It's good to see all the guides out west posting pictures, back to being normal, back to doing what they do, and getting our American friends north of the border. I know Sean Stahl has been across a couple times now, back and forth, hunting in Manitoba, and I think they were in Manitoba, and I think they've been in Saskatchewan as well.
They also did an RNT. Shout out to Matty Wilson and East Coast Waterfowl guys, or East Coast Waterfowl Mafia guys. They did an RNTV with RNT calls. They shot an episode with them this year. So
did they? I know they did one last year.
Or sorry, last year it aired this year. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, they done. Oh, I gotta watch that. I listened to their podcast after they done it, but I never watched. I gotta check that out, because that'd be a pretty good laugh, I bet.
Oh yeah, check it out. It's good time. So
cool. Well, boys, I think we'll call her there, eh?
Yeah.
To you, Ryan.
Good to catch up. It's been too long. Trying to get more consistent. Things should be settling down in my world, hopefully. So, but yeah, it was good to catch up, and hopefully we'll have more active fall hopefully we'll all get out and hunt more. Mark's coming up Saturday, so we're going to do that this weekend, and that'll be good. Just good to be on, and good to shoot the shit, boys. It's nice once in a while not to have a guest and just kind of catch up.
Yeah, it is, because we can really just shoot the shit and be all over the place, but it's nice to not have a guest all the time. I agree.
Revert to the hockey sock format.
Correct.
This is true. Philly, to you, buddy.
No, another great episode as usual, guys. I'm hoping to maybe kill some birds in Ontario here soon. So aside from Goose Camp there, I have not shot any ducks in Ontario. So, yeah, I have not. And we're like a month into the season, and I got birds to kill. I want to get out still for some late fall muskie. That's on my agenda. And
they don't fly. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Personal goals.
Yeah,
I want to break 50
goals.
inches.
Yeah.
You and the big things again.
Yeah, you and the big things again. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we always say it. We are who we are. We'll never pretend to be anybody else. This is who we are, and this is what we love doing. This is the Union 0430. On behalf of Phil, Ryan, Dave, Mark, thanks for listening. Please subscribe, and we'll see you again next week. Big love. Oh, and to Jeff Coates, thinking of you, we are. Just had to throw that out there. Big love.